Well, hello, hello. Welcome.
There we are. Live.
Yeah. Welcome. Yeah, so I'm still here in the hospital, as you guys can see. So I got 2 more days for my IV treatment. Doing a whole lot better. I was on 4 liters of, what do you call that? Oxygen. Now I'm down to 2, so I'm feeling a lot better with that. Yeah, this is just a little update of how I'm feeling at the moment as everyone's just popping on. Oh, so exciting about the news that we're going to be bringing today about what is truly happening. And tomorrow, I am so excited because tomorrow is my 5th month clean off of vaping. So I haven't smoked anything in 5 months, which is awesome. Awesome. So I'm happy about that. And I know that a lot of us are releasing old programs, old addictions, and these old addictions cannot come with us during this time, these time jumps. So yeah, that's what I've realized is that I cannot make this time jump for myself personally. I'm not saying that everybody is going to um, be releasing stuff like that before their time jump, but a lot of stuff is happening at this moment. Um, Let me see, let me think. What was it? I know for a fact that you are going to be expecting a lot of what do you call that? Um, Not events, but unexpected events to happen during this time. It's ramping up, and a lot of us are getting ready for this next wave of this time jump. So do not hold on to anything that is of the lower frequency, the lower vibration, the negativity, because though you've got to let that just flow, because those are waves against our wave while we're getting ready for this timeline jump. And when you go with the flow, you're going to be on this wave. When you go against the flow, you're going to be held back until the next wave. Now, remember, the timeline jump isn't everybody all at the same time because not everybody is ready for that timeline jump. It's all about the waivers. And I know for a fact that we are coming up to this next wave. And I made a post on the community asking if you guys are ready, and about 99% of you said yes, and 1% of you so far said no. For those that said no, well, guess what? You are ready. So either way, that no is a yes, anyways.
So someone asked me, what can we do to make sure that you're ready for the timeline jump? And what I said was, don't have an attachment to anything. Yes, you love your loved ones, you love your pets, and they will be there, they will go. But do not attach to, I can't go if they don't go. Be willing to move out, to walk away from anything and everything, and that gives you a clear slate, clean slate, nothing holding you back with tethers, if that makes sense.
So basically, it's like you could say we're jumping parallel universes. That's what a timeline jump is. You're jumping into the next parallel universe, which means that your loved ones are going to be there. They're just going to be a different frequency if they have made the conscious decision of not jumping. Now, you are getting ready for this timeline jump, which means that if you are letting go of and you are releasing of all of these old frequencies, all of these old programs, you're also getting your loved ones, your pets, and everyone that you're connected to also ready at the same time. But they also have to come to the conclusion, am I ready to go to that next timeline jump? Because we've come to the realization that we've seen quite a few truthers out there that have already made a timeline jump. Because so I've been watching a lot of TikToks, and Kenny has been watching a lot of TikToks, and there's some people going, we've already made that timeline jump. That person was ready for that timeline jump of that wave. So they've already made that jump into this timeline. And that's what we're seeing, is that they jumped from the parallel universe behind us into this one, while this one jumped into the next one. So when we're ready, we're going to jump into the next one. Now, signs, telltale signs. You will just know, for one. And two, people's personalities are most likely, probably, going to change. You're going to see things in a whole different light. You're going to be upgraded in your abilities. You're going to be upgraded in who you are and what you do. You are going to change your aspects, kind of like me, how I'm 5 months clean off of the vaping because I made a conscious decision to get myself clean off of that. And that's basically what you're going to see is things are going to be changing. Taste buds are going to be changing. Your skin's probably going to change. Your attitude, the way you see in life. It's just the smallest details that you have to pay attention to that is going to really tell you, ah, I've made that timeline jump. See, even Rochelle says, my daughter has felt we made a jump sometime in 2020. Yes, you did. It's all about knowing. It's all about accepting. It's all about not thinking that you're ready, but knowing and believing that you are. It's not about what other people say. That's their story. Oh, we're all jumping. That wave has jumped. This wave is next. And I believe that we're going to be jumping into a timeline that is going to really change. And I know that I'm going to see many changes in the news when I jump. That's the telltale sign that I'm looking for, is the news change. So whatever that you feel is going to be your perspective on seeing what the timeline jump is, that's what you need to look out for.
Well, we've come a long way to understand all of this, haven't we? Mm-hmm. Haven't we grown together, family? It's absolutely wonderful. Now, do you want to recap on, for those who haven't heard, how Isaiah played a part in that?
I don't really remember, other than knowing that the Isaiah highlighted, like kind of like those highlighters, highlighted certain aspects within my experience. So it helped me to get connected to the spiritual reality in a much deeper aspect. But then it changed into the physical of, you could say, highlighting what needs to be let go of. So, for instance, me being in here in the hospital, it highlighted the rest of the HIV that I was not able to get rid of. And it awoken all of that within me, which then caused, which is funny, the first wave of pneumonia, which was the fungal, the PJP or PCP pneumonia, which then they fixed that with the fluconazole and Bactrim and whatever other medicines. But as soon as I was healed and sent home, another pneumonia came up, which is the bacterial, which is why I am now on the IV treatment to fix that pneumonia, which is pretty darn amazing because my x-rays on the 23rd was pretty bad. But then they took another x-ray after two days.
2 days of the IV antibiotic.
It cleared up so much in my lungs, and you're seeing more black instead of more white spots, which is pretty damn amazing.
Yeah. Not all of the assistance that the Isaiah gave was on a physical level. It was on a spiritual level, because that's when you got rid of that entity too.
Yeah. There was an entity in my
Your
sacral. I like calling it sacral. It's more sacral because I like to sack it. So yeah, we're getting oops, it's just the frequencies. What the? Okay,
What's going on?
sound issues. It's just the frequencies. It's just the different um they're going to be sort of they're going to be the same, but they're also going to change in a way for the better. Could be for the worse sometimes. You never know. It really depends upon the person's choice because everybody has their choice, and we are never stripped away from our choice. So if they need to go through something to experience an experience that their soul has agreed to experience, then in that timeline they're going to experience it.
Where are we streaming this to?
YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.
Okay. All right. So they're saying that the internet cut out and they lost about 3 minutes
Lost about 3 minutes
of what we were saying, or what you were saying. Yeah, not sure what that was. But is this still recording it?
Mm-hmm.
Regardless if they caught it or not?
Regardless if they caught it or not, yeah.
So when it gets uploaded, is it going to be there? Or will they see it 3 minutes gone?
What we can do is download it from the Restream itself and then repost onto to YouTube if we want to do that.
Okay, all right.
Because it's being recorded on the YouTube, but it's also being recorded on the Restream since it's on Restream.
Okay, awesome. Freaking awesome.
So that's the good news I wanted to give you guys is that, well, the imperative news I wanted to give you guys is do not hold on to the family, do not hold on to the pets, do not hold on to anything. Just make sure that you have that conscious awareness that you are going to jump no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And everything's going to be just fine.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, there will be a knowledge of it, an inner knowledge of it. And when you look around, your You will see things, feel things that are different and yet look the same. Very similar.
Like when I was on the crystal meth, I was able to see auras, but then after I got clean, I wasn't able to see auras. But now I'm starting to see auras again. So things are really changing within my experience, and I'm starting to see different things in life. And I'm like, ooh, this is amazing. I'm like looking at my hands and I'm seeing all these different auras. I'm like, ooh, pink and orange and yellow. And what's that spot? Oh, that's my floaters. And yes, the triple digits are messages, but it can also, well, depends upon the person. Depends upon what it truly means for you. It could mean a message. It could mean, hey, pay attention to. It could mean, hey, look at this, look at that. What is it that you need to focus on?
Mhm.
Or you guys are like going, hello, I'm here. Are you actually going to give us permission to help you along the way? Or are you just going to sit there in your own pew?
So, for Kid, he was shown that he needed to go through this so that he could release what it was that was tying him to this timeline. And
Yeah.
one of those things was self-hatred, and we shared that in the last video.
The main thing was the self-hatred. I've been loving on myself. I've been doing my inner work. I've been focusing so much upon healing me. And it never crossed my mind that I still had self-hatred because I love myself. I want to take care of myself. I want to do things that make me feel good. And I never came to the conclusion, hey, you still have some self-hatred going on. And I didn't realize that. So I implore you, if you say that you don't have any self-hatred, if you say that you don't have this, if you don't have that, you might want to look a little bit deeper just in case, because you never know. Because words are words. But the subconscious has its own belief system too, or the unconscious conscious has its own belief system too, which means that you could unconsciously still be holding on to something that you do not even know that you're holding on to.
Yeah. Yesterday was a day. Let me tell you, I was pushed. How did I say that? My, do you remember how I said that? My comfort level was pushed to all sorts of levels. And it felt like nothing was going in an easy fashion while I was taking care of stuff. And I only got an hour with Kid last night. Actually, barely that, huh? Because I was attending to my husband. His tooth split right in half, and he said he felt it shift like this, and he was in a lot of pain. And he didn't tell me right away, and so it got infected. And then terrible pain. And over the weekend, I was phoning all sorts of places to try to find a place that could help him. And then Monday we found it. And it took a while. They finally got the tooth out. Took a while to get that done, get home, and then I had to leave to go get the prescription. And the pharmacy that I went to, well, I'm sorry, we don't carry that. So I had to travel across town to get it. And so it was just one of those days. And I share this with you because at one point I was ready to cry just because all of the stress was welling up. And I realized, oh, where is my thoughts? It's not the way I want it to go. It's not happening how I would like it to happen. Woe is me. Pity me. And then I ask myself this question: why am I doing this? Why am I doing this for both my husband and my son? And my answer was because I love them, and that shifted everything. So by the time I got here with Kid last night, I was calmed and collected. Yeah.
So the first dental appointment was early in the morning, and you were kind of holding on to that, like, because they saw him and they said, "Oh, we basically can't do anything for you." And so they made another appointment with somebody else at 2 o'clock. So they had to wait a few hours, a couple of hours to do that, and that's when they were able to do it. But Candy was holding on to it of why didn't they do it then? But come to the realization through us talking that if that dentist actually did it, some harm could have happened with my dad. So the energies found the right dentist to do the work that was needed.
And so this is, we share this because this is all part of getting ready for the jump as well, as you're going through your shit, as you're going through the things that are pushing you one direction or another. There's always a reason why you planned on taking this path, but you got diverted to another path. And then how to mentally look at it and ask those questions. Yeah. Get yourself in the right perspective. And even this morning, I woke up feeling worried. And where did those thoughts immediately go to? Money. And I'm like, oh no, we're not doing this. And so I shifted out of that.
That's wonderful. Shifting out of those old paradigms. And those old paradigms is what's going to keep us from making this wave's timeline jump. Now, remember, there are waves after waves after waves after waves, but each wave that is made creates a ripple, and that ripple affects the next wave to make that wave stronger, which is why they do it in waves and not all together, so everyone can achieve the highest timeline jump experience when they are ready. It just helps to boost the next waivers.
Yeah, absolutely. So people want a little bit of a recap on how you do it. What we've come to the conclusion is that they thought originally he had PCP pneumonia, and then, well, the medicine's not working. What's happening? But what happened was he did have PCP pneumonia, and then he got a second infection, which was bacterial pneumonia. And then who knows if there was anything else going on in there as well. And then the Kaposi
sarcoma.
Yeah. And that is rectifying itself as his immune system is coming back up. So he's doing much better. And today I noticed he's a little coughy, and I asked the nurse about that, and she said he might be trying to
expel
some of the stuff that is
breaking free.
Yeah.
Hi. Doing good.
Hang on, we're live. What's that? We're live. Oh, yeah, you don't want to be in there, do you? Okay, we can wrap it up.
Okay. All right, family. We just wanted to give you that information. We love you, and we will see you guys very soon.
Hang on, you don't have to go.
Love you guys.
Bye.